Collective, what is going on? Welcome into the channel. So happy to have you here always. My name is Deborah, owner of Purusha Holistic Wellness, and this is another episode of Purusha Intuitive, where we're going to look at your energy for the week and via the tarot, the astrology, and any channeled messages that come through. So let's get into it. I hope that you guys are doing well. I am running a little bit behind on my readings this week, so please forgive me. I did record yesterday, but for some reason it didn't make it up to YouTube. It didn't make it to the platform. So we're going to start fresh from the beginning. Even though we're heading into midweek as I'm recording, these messages are always timeless. Use your discernment, take what fits, leave the rest behind. But when I'm recording, we are coming into a full moon in Taurus. And Taurus energy really forces us to look at, to deal with, and focus on the things that are right in front of us. The things that we're actually dealing with present time in our material world. And because of this, we're going to start seeing a lot of these situations, past things that have been lingering or working themselves out, are going to be coming to head. They're going to climax, so to speak. Sorry to use such a weird word, but true. So we want to be mindful. It's going to test us. There's a lot of tension. Let me look at this real quick, but there's a lot of tension with Black Moon Lilith, Chiron, and the fortune point. So a lot of testing, challenging around the healing work that you've done. Also the wisdom that you've gained to date, right? Through these experiences, through these messier situations, have you been able to take a step back and learn that lesson so that you can make better choices, different choices for yourself? Or are you going to get sucked back into the same BS? Because again, we're dealing with past energies. We're dealing with people who are a little tricky, manipulative, hiding, not really using good tactics to get what they want. And we have to be able to sift those things out. So be mindful, especially when dealing with messier energies, more dramatic energies. Really kind of have in your mind how much you want to get invested into those things. So again, you're not being sucked into unnecessary drama. Let's start this reading with the energy cleansing. Set the tone, set the vibe for the reading. The relationship, I was going to say. All right. I apologize. My voice is a little hoarse. I'm still kind of getting over some stuff. So yeah, set your own intention as well. This is a good time to do so. Any messages or questions you would like Spirit to answer, it's a really good way to personalize these readings. And I do personal readings as well. As a side note, I use tarot, astrology, mediumship. If you want me to look at your specific situation and what's been going on for you. Or I also do energy healing and holistic wellness consultations if you feel like you need a little rebalancing of the mind, the body, soul. That is the best way we can live a life of happiness and fulfillment, is when we take care of ourselves, right? Mental, emotional, physical. All right, let's get into it, collective. I bless you with pure love and light, pure source energy, pure loving grace. I release anything that is not for your highest and best. Any fears, doubts, insecurities, lack of worth, lack of value, pain, anger, frustration, impatience, overwhelm. Cleanse it and release it from our being so that we may see, understand the messages clearly, and help to make me a clear and open channel for the collective. Thank you, Father God, Spirit guides, guardian angels, Mama Love. Mama Love. Amen. All right, so full moon, I'm just readjusting this real quick. So full moon in Taurus, and You know, the energy still is pretty heavy. We've thankfully, hold on a second, I just dropped. Oh yeah. So appropriate. The cards never lie. Okay. The energy has been a little bit heavy. This whip is talking about those repeated patterns, those repeated cycles we find ourselves in. And this kind of desire, whether it's coming from you or for others, to reignite the relationship, to reignite the dynamic, to find a way to quote unquote work through things together. Be mindful of this energy, however, right? Because with this salt card and the whip, we want to make sure that we are really cleansing, getting rid of those toxic people and behaviors. It's not serving us at all. And with that Black Moon, Lilith, Chiron, and Fortune point in the full moon chart, there is, yes, it's a testing to make sure that you've learned what you needed to learn, but there's also this illusion, right? Illusion around where people, situations might say that they are healing when in fact they're not. It's super important to listen to those intuitive senses. We have all harmonious aspects to Neptune. So the things that we're picking up, the things that we're sensing and feeling, pay attention. It is causing a lot of stress. Someone in the comments said the other day, like, I'm just ready for this to be over. And it does definitely feel that way. I think some of this, taking forever, this impatience, etc., it's because of all the retrogrades. It's because Pluto is going to be moving into Aquarius finally and settling there. And so there is a working out, there is a process of detaching, of letting go from the past energies. Knowing who and what is kind of frivolous effort, frivolous energy to build into. It's only going to get you so far. And even if you need that thing, I'm hearing like, at least just have that level of awareness within your mind. At least give yourself that value to have expectations, appropriate expectations. There's that embalming card. So it's a weird, I've been seeing this a lot pattern wise in the readings, in the astrology as well. There's a little bit of a back and forth. Back and forth meaning we make a little bit of a headway and then it kind of falls flat. Because here's the thing, I feel like people are getting really inspired, right? Since things are taking for effing ever, it's, a little bit of a twiddling your thumbs type energy where you might be getting bored or find that, oh yeah, like you get this surge of ambition, courage, like I can do that, I can make that happen, I can adjust how this is playing out, adjust what is happening, how things are unfolding, right? But that's the thing. We really have to make sure that we're not holding on to anything to our detriment right now. And there is a little bit of a flashy, charming energy in your blocked energy. Sorry, not to be too redundant. I feel like I use that word a lot. I apologize. But yeah, like someone's trying to coerce you, someone's trying to charm you, someone's laying it on thick is what I'm hearing. And this is where I feel like this situation has created a lot of stress. It's created a lot of burden. And no matter what way you go about it, no matter how hard you work or all the different options you try, it just seems to constantly fall flat. I do feel like this is directly related to the person's situation that you're dealing with. Yeah, the Hierophant and the Sun. Someone is seeing, like, I feel like this is twofold. You're seeing this dynamic clearly of what it actually means to be in relationship, in association with this person or situation. we can't deny it right now. And I do feel like that's some of that Black Moon Lilith tensely aspected to Chiron and the fortune point, because she wants to make it seem like, oh no, keep going, or it's fine, or it's all going to work itself out, right? Kind of putting those blinders on that the tower moments are not going to actually be happening, when in fact, that's exactly where we're walking into. And like I said, Pluto is about to move out of Capricorn finally. Yeah, there we go, the Hangman. So flipping your perspective on what has been happening, making sure that you are choosing to see it for what it is, right? And again, I feel like this has kind of been a current theme. People coming back in, seeing what they can get from you, reigniting, trying to find that spark once again. Maybe even trying to convince you. This energy's been coming through within the last week or so specifically, where it looks like someone is making you a new offer, right? Laying on the charm thick is what I'm hearing. They really want you to come back, or they really want you to, they really want to keep you. They want to hold on to you as if you are their ownership with this Four of Pentacles energy. It's someone who's really miserly, meaning they hoard, they like to not only self-protect, there's a lot of walls built around them, but at the same time, they like to protect their things, right? What is theirs, and they want to make sure that that does not slip from their grasp. You kind of have sensed this person out, or you can feel this coming. You can feel them preparing, or, maybe they're like trying to lay the groundwork right now, be a little bit nice, etc. Trying to get you to think, again, that Black Moon Lilith energy, that something is not what it is. But I feel like that's part of where this perspective shift needs to happen, because it's an illusion. It feels very much like that magician energy, and where, magician in terms of the hiding, right? Magician in terms of that illusion, that control that they're trying to present. And it's time to start fresh. It's time to clean the slate. You've been working hard to do this. I feel like it's been really overwhelming, but I also feel like this overwhelming energy has kept you connected to this person, to this dynamic, because you see this very clearly. Let's see why it's coming up. But as much as we can maybe foreshadow what is happening, when we're actually in that moment, in the present time of it all unfolding, it's very different how easy it can be, or how someone can get you to kind of make different decisions, say something different. They're pulling out all the stops is what I'm hearing. There's a lot of sexual energy on the board, so regardless of whether this is love or not for you, it's like someone's definitely trying to use their charisma. They're trying to use, like I said, they're pulling out all the stops, everything that they can possibly think of, because they're not quite ready to let you go. And they are doing work on themselves. I will say that, but at the same time, it's more a lip service. It's more to say like, hey, I'm doing this. Hey, I'm getting better. I'm trying to heal. I'm trying blah, 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 whatever, fill in the blank, right? And in reality, it doesn't really look like that, because as soon as they get what they want, the healing becomes not so enticing to them anymore, right? They fall back into old patterns, into old habits. And that really is just human nature. It takes a lot to come out of those things. It takes a lot to come out of these types of situations and these dynamics as well, right? So give yourself some credit. But it is important to see that there are issues and problems, and sometimes things just can't be solved, right? Sometimes there is no solution. Sometimes we do have to just make our peace and say it was a learning situation, and, you know, diffuse some of this connection. Definitely soulmate energy. Again, that doesn't just have to pertain to love. When I'm talking about soulmates, I mean a connection that you were supposed to come into, that you were supposed to experience so you could grow, so you could evolve. And sometimes that makes it like way harder. When we're not invested in people and situations, it's easier to say this is toxic, no thank you, right? But when there is love, when there is connection, when it is a deep relationship, it makes it, again, that much harder, right? The deception, and there has been a lot of deception. And maybe you're not completely aware of this, but you're starting to find out pieces. And I feel like the more you acknowledge, the more you're gonna see where the lies, how many lies there were, is what I'm hearing. Yeah. So lots of water energy. We've had a lot of water energy in the astrology, in the collective. Definitely emotions being triggered. We're heading into a full moon. So making sure that you're finding as much balance for yourself in the process. The best way to do it, self-love, self-care. Take care of yourself. Find times to quiet your heart, your mind, your soul. Do some meditation, do some breathing techniques, some yoga, anything that aligns your body, right? Anything that aligns the left and right side of the body. That is where creation is found, 100%. I feel like you're pushing through, right? Well, I don't know if that's the right phrase, but I see it's like, you know, when plants are pushing through the ground and coming to the surface. That's where you're at, right? You've been in this time of gestation where you've had to look at and see the toxic things very clearly from a different perspective. It would have been more stress, it would have been more burden had you continued on in them, right? And yeah, it sucks changing your trajectory, your path. It's been a lot of work and it's been really heartbreaking, but at the same time, keep pushing forward. Keep that resilience up and running. You do have new relationships, new partnerships coming in that are going to completely validate why you had to step away, why you had to walk away, why this wasn't working for you anymore. So with that in mind, thank you so much for your time and energy always. I really hope that this reading helped to give insight, give clarity as to what was going on in your situation. Definitely drop comments below if it resonated. I love to hear. I'm super behind on my comments. I apologize. I need to just sit down and do it, but it's just been very busy. So please forgive me. Know that my heart is with you. I'm thinking of you. I appreciate all the love and support that you send to the channel. I am sending it back your way.